The villain of the U.S. Open, Tsitsipas, loses in the third round of the U.S. Open. He loses to 18-year-old Carlos Alcaraz, who defeats him in a 5-set thriller. He is the youngest man to make it to the fourth round of the U.S. Open since Pete Sampras and Michael Chang in 1989. A very impressive match. Man, Alcaraz really showed me a lot. He has been touted as the next big thing for Spain. All Federer has commented on him. Nadal has commented on him. They see a lot of great stuff in this man. And I haven't really seen too many matches of him. But yesterday in the big stage, playing in the biggest stadium specific for tennis in the world, he did not look rattled. Playing against the number 3 in the world, he looked like he was made for this. He looked like very comfortable. He wasn't rattled. There was a lot of, moments in the match where it looked like Tsitsipas was going to, take a stranglehold of the match and just impose his will and show this 18-year-old that, hey, I'm the number 3 in the world. This is my match. Thank you for a good match, but this is it. This is when I'm going to take control of the match. And to Alcaraz credit, he always, showed composure. He always fought back. He was always in the match. And that shows a lot of character. That shows a lot of, mental strength. And on top of that, he has, a very, very strong forehand. And his serves got all the way up to 134 miles per hour. So there's a lot of stuff that's really, really impressive about this kid. He had 45 winners off forehands and backhands. And he's smart. He used the crowd. Everyone knows that Tsitsipas has been, kind of hated on because of the breaks he takes, taking too long, going to the restroom. People have accused him of cheating, of texting his coach. And, Carlos Alcaraz used that to his advantage. Every time he got an important point, he was like, vamos, vamos. He was trying to get the crowd into it. The crowd got behind him. It was entertaining TV. I do say so myself. It was fun to see him play. It was fun to see him beat Tsitsipas. Tsitsipas, he's taking on that villain role at the U.S. Open. It's like you want him to lose, but you can't stop watching him play. And, being the number 3 player in the world, you kind of expected him to go far into the U.S. Open, and every match, it was just fun. It was just entertaining seeing the crowd get behind the opponent, boo him when he, goes into his, and now that it looks very, very common for him to go into the restroom, you just kind of expect it. In between sets, you're like, okay, is he going to go? Yep, he's going to the restroom. There you go. And sure enough, the crowd would follow with some boos, and it was just from my point of view, I think it's entertaining. Obviously, there needs to be a rule change, or some type of time limit, so players don't abuse it, and just cool down the opponent. Like it just sucks if you win an important set, if you're getting momentum, and then your opponent goes into the restroom for 10 minutes and just kills your momentum. Savrev and others have talked about it, but it was just fun. In my opinion, it's fun. Like, obviously the rule is not going to change in the middle of the U.S. Open, so it's fun to see Tsitsipas become the villain and everyone boo him. I've even booed him, like, just watching. I'm like, come on, man, you're doing it again. So it's just all good TV, in my opinion. And to see Carlos Alcaraz be the man that takes down Tsitsipas and eliminates him, it was just a good storyline, in my opinion. Like, it would have been great for Andy Murray to take him out, and a winner, a Grand Slam winner, a major winner, one of the greats, one of the most renowned names in tennis. It would have been great, but Tsitsipas came back. Give him credit. He fought back. He won. And then you were kind of seeing, the crowd get behind every opponent of Tsitsipas. And for it to be an 18-year-old, who's been touted as, the next big thing for Spain, it was amazing. I enjoyed the whole match. But his mental strength is what really impressed me. Down 2 breaks in the third, he came back. It was 2-5, down 2 breaks. And he comes back and wins that, and he wins it in the tie break. And you're like, okay, he's getting momentum, 2-1. And Tsitsipas comes back in the 4th set and leaves him in a bagel, wins 4-0. and this man just comes back. Carlos Alcaraz, this kid comes back and just shows the number 3 what's up and eliminates him, and it was just amazing. Like I said, that forehand was good. He had Tsitsipas behind the baseline, and man, those drop shots that he just had Tsitsipas running all over the court. Tsitsipas, for a big man, he moves pretty well, but man, Carlos Alcaraz he was just special. He was just special, and if this is signs of things to come, then I'm very excited to see Carlos Alcaraz mature and take that next step, and he might be the next big thing. Like if you're a Spanish tennis fan, then it looks like Nadal is getting to the tail end of his career. He already conceded that he's not gonna play in 2021. Hopefully he comes back in 2022 strong, but you have Carlos Alcaraz to root for, and it looks like he's gonna be great. There's a lot of records that he's broken, that he's achieving. Some of the stuff that Nadal doesn't even have, or some of these achievements that Nadal doesn't even have. I think he's the first person of 18 years or younger to defeat a number 3 since like 1970 something. So it's just incredible what he's doing, and man, it was a thriller. It was a great match. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think. How far do you guys think Carlos Alcaraz could go? This side of the draw just opened up a lot with Rublev losing, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Tsitsipas losing. Everyone was just saying advantage Medvedev, because now it looks like he's really his draw just got a lot easier. But man, this kid might just go on a Cinderella story. Here's the stat that I was looking at. Became the youngest player to defeat a top 3 seed at the U.S. Open since ATP rankings began in 1973. So man, this was history that we watched, man. This is incredible. 18 years old, senior in high school, just defeated the number 3 player at the U.S. Open in the biggest stadium, tennis-specific stadium in the world. Is just incredible, and it was amazing. And now we see the villain of the U.S. Open leave, Tsitsipas, after getting to the French Open final. He lost in the first round in Wimbledon to Tiafoe and Francis Tiafoe, and then he got to the semifinals of the Cincinnati Open, losing to Zverev, and now he's out in the third round at the U.S. Open. So not the best results since reaching the finals of the French Open, and that's what we've kind of been accustomed to from this next generation. They have some nice highs, but then they're unable to follow it up, and we've been kind of spoiled seeing the greatness of Djokovic and Nadal and Federer throughout the years, where once they broke into the scene, they were like pretty much there, other than a few slumps that obviously they've had, but they were almost always like there. And this next generation is just, hopefully Zverev could, he had that breakthrough at the Olympics. He won that gold, and we'll see how he does and if he makes it to the finals or he goes far into this tournament. But it just seems to be a reoccurring issue. But we'll see. I'm just very excited for Carlos Alcaraz and what he represents for the future of tennis. And let me know what you guys think. What do you guys think about Carlos Alcaraz? Congratulations to him on the match of his life. And Tsitsipas, he said after he did have the press conferences, he did say that he's not breaking any rules, and by the letter of the law, he's not. But in the spirit of the game, I think we could all say that you could be acting a little bit better. But he's out of the tournament, so we don't have to talk about it no more.